Hey there, and welcome on back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. So I'm back. Grab your pens and paper. Class is about to begin. Today, I'm going to do a knife that's been requested by one or two people, especially SK. It's the Buck 119. That's right, the classic Buck 119. First developed by Hyot Buck, who started the company way back in 1902. But he didn't really develop the knife fully until the 1940s. But that's still over 75 years. But before we get too much into the knife, let's get the syllabus out of the way, shall we? For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Here on Fridays, we do mainly knife reviews. Occasionally, I'll review a piece of camping or survival gear, flashlights, compasses, cooking equipment, that sort of thing, but mainly knives. Then on Mondays, I do knife basics, what you really need to know. This series is aimed more at the person who's new to the world of knives and wants to know what we mean by all these fancy terms. What is a G10? What is micarta? What do I mean when I say hollow ground? What's a cyber ground? That sort of thing. Help you keep from going, yeah, what he said when you're at a gun show or at a knife shop. But there's still some information for those who have been in the field for a while that might find useful. For those of you who have been with us for a while and just came back, welcome back. Glad you could make it. Just got one question for you, and yes, you do know what it is. Have you subscribed yet? Man, why do I keep getting crickets? Come on, it is so simple. And we're in a drive to reach 1,000 subscribers anyway. Just click that button right down there. It says subscribe. Then you hit the bell next to it. Get notified every time I put up a neat new video. Win-win situation. You win because you never meet one of my neat new videos. I win because, well, let's be honest, the more subscribers I have, the easier it is to get all these neat new things. But, on to the knife. As I said, I had a couple people request this. SK comes to mind as one of them. And, yeah, it is, as I said, a classic. It's been around forever. This one is the 119 special. And I'm not sure what makes it special, but it's still very nice knife. Comes in a beautiful leather sheath. Very smooth. One thing that Buck does that not many companies do, if you look in there, you'll notice that there is a plastic liner to the sheath. Now, I know a lot of people will pull those plastic liners out. Personally, I leave them in. Why? Because leather is a moisture hog. It'll grab onto moisture and just hold it. And moist leather right up against a nice knife, that's a great way to end up with the corrosion and rust. So by leaving that plastic piece in the sheath, I don't have wet leather up against my knife, causing it to corrode and rust. But it's up to you what you want to do, of course. As far as the blade itself, as always, it's got Buck's engraving right there on the blade at the base. It is 6 inches blade length from bolster to tip, or guard to tip, whichever way you want to phrase it. It's 420HC, which is Buck standard metal. Very sweet. Has been doing Buck wonders for years, and they really know how to heat treat it, so it stays great. The blade itself is a hollow grind, clip point with a very nice false edge on top, or swedge as some people insist on calling it. And I admit swedge is the proper term, but swedge is also used to define certain blacksmithing tools used to make mining tools and the like, so I prefer to just refer to it as a false edge. Then you've got your fullers on each side. No, they're not blood grooves, though people do call them that. It's not to keep this knife from getting stuck in whatever you stick it into. It's just a way to lighten up the knife a little bit without losing any strength. The handle is phenolic, which is a synthetic material. It's also available in Cocabella, though that's a little bit more expensive. Nice through tang design with it held tightly by the pommel. All in all, say it's just classic. Beautiful work, beautiful design. What's not to love? But how does it do? After all these years, is it still a great choice for a knife? Let's find out, shall we? Here, piece of scrap paper. Ah, sure can't beat that. That's sweet. Piece of cardboard. Admittedly, you're not going to use a knife like this for open boxes too often, but if you want to, punches through easily. Okay. That's not too bad, but that's a wide blade, so it was hanging up a little bit. Not bad, though. Let's see how it does this way. Yep. Want to really make fast work of any cardboard, which I'd expect. And see here. Hang package test. Getting hard to get these. I don't know what's going on, why I can't find Gold Peak tees anymore, but it's getting difficult. But we'll use them until we can't anymore. Tips right in. Again, exactly what I expect from Buck. Bit of strapping. Let's see how it works on this. Quick, very quick. Some paracord. Yes, Birdman, I've gotten around to using it. Probably use some to make a lanyard for one of my knives, because this is a pretty color. But main thing I use paracord for is, as you know, testing knives. So let's get it started. I kind of shaved the paracord a little bit there. Didn't mean to, but I did. And smooth. Very smooth. Still doing nicely. Let's see how it works when we can just get the tip through. Whoops. Having troubles hanging on to it today. 1, 2. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, let's see here. We did paracord, or not paracord, zip tie. Let's see how it handles zip ties. After all, I know it's not usual, but I actually use these more often for bushcrafting than I do paracord. I see how it works. Man, that was nothing. Went through like nobody's business. Let's see here, with this. Still very sweet. Let's see how it works on leather. Get back there, you. Yeah, this piece of leather is getting pretty badly worked, but you know. Yeah. He's cutting the leather beautifully. I can't complain about that at all. So, one of the reasons why this is so loved as a hunting knife, you just saw. If you handle leather like that, it'll make short work of skinning a deer, that's for sure. Let's see here. Wood. Since we're doing this, not going for the small piece of 1x10 I normally use, we'll go for a full 2x4. Let's see how it works here. Feathering up nicely. Very sweet. Let's see how it works chopping. It's chopping through quite quick and easy. Now, my boss is going to get pissed at me if I don't brush all this stuff off before I go to work, but oh well. Stabbing. And this is where don't have to worry about pivot point this time. Let's see how well it does on tawny. Whoa. Yeah, and in the field I'd probably use a stick or a tawn rod, but let's see. Consider I'm trying to drive it through a 2x4 made for studding up houses. I'll take that. That ain't bad at all. Piece of 1x. Yeah, going through like it's nobody's business. Oh, let's see, what haven't we done? Oh, yes. Let's see how it works on a wiring harness. Yeah, I had to replace the wires to my trailer. Some smartass cut the damn end off, so I had to replace it. So, but I only needed one, and they sent me both. So let's see here. Even though they were twisted, it still split them. Split them nicely. Let's see here. How about splitting them apart so I can strip them? Quite nice. Okay, it's not stripping that wire quite as nicely as I thought it would. I mean, it's doing it, just... Worst part of it is that I've got to choke up so far on it. Let's see. Alright, that side stripped nicely. And in spite of everything I've done, I'm not seeing any damage here anywhere. Do you? No. Let's get that piece of paper back here. Let's see how it works. I'm sorry, kitten. Didn't realize you were there. My cat did not appreciate having confetti rain down on him. But sure didn't do any damage to the blade. Just beautiful. So there you have it. Buck 119. Over 75 years old and still going strong. And not really a bad price. I mean, you can get it for around $60 if you go to some really cheap places. Unfortunately, I can't offer it quite that cheap. I mean, I'm not Amazon or Walmart, but still, I have to double check. But I think if I'm remembering correctly, I'm offering it on my website for right around $62 or $63. And when it's just retail price is $95.95. That ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Oh. But, SK, I hope you enjoyed. I hope y'all learned something. In the meantime, I wish you luck. I'll leave you a couple of videos over here that I hope you'll enjoy. Of course, you can always hit that target right there to subscribe. Keep in mind, we're in a subscription drive right now. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a knife. Which knife? I don't know yet. But I'm keeping you updated. I'll post things about it every now and again. In the meantime, you take care, and we'll see you next week.